Every hero of the Mahabharata carried a divine portion within them. And this chapter names exactly who carried what. Ādi Parva, Book 1, Chapter 61. In the previous chapter, the genealogies of gods and all living beings were laid out, tracing the Rudras, the Vasus, the lineage of Bhrigu, and the mothers from whom all creatures were born. Now a king asks to hear something more specific. Which celestial forces actually descended and took form among the heroes of this age?
O Bhagwan, I wish to hear in full about all beings, gods, Danavas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, and all other creatures, their births and deeds, told in proper order.
O Lord of men, I shall tell you fully about the celestial beings who were born among humans. I begin with the Danavas. The Danava known as Viprachitti, foremost of his kind, was born as Jarasandha, foremost among men. The son of Diti known as Hiranyakashipu was born as Shishupala. Samharda, the younger brother of Prahlad, was born as Shalya of the Bahalikas. The illustrious Anuhalada, youngest born among them, became Drishtaketu. The Daitya known as Shibi was born as the widely known King Drima, and Bashkala, a foremost Asura, was born as Bhagdatta. 5 mighty Asuras, Ayashira, Ashvashira, the powerful Ayashanku, Gagnamurdha, and Vegvan as the 5th, were born as great kings among the Kekayas, best among warrior kings. Another of great power, known as Ketuman, was born as the king Amitojas. The illustrious Svarbhanu became Ugrasen, a king of fierce deeds. The great Asura Ashva was born as the king Ashoka, of great power and valor, and Ashwa's younger brother, known as Ashwapati, was born as Hardikya. The illustrious Vrishparvan became the king Dirghprajana, and his younger brother was born as the king Malla. The mighty Ashwagriva became the king Rochmana. The wise Sukshma was born as the king Brihanta. The Asura Tuhunda became Senabindu. Ishripa, mightiest in strength among those Asuras, was born as the king Papajit, renowned for his valor. The great Asura Akchakra became widely known as Prativindhya. The Daitya Virupaksha, who fought in wondrous ways, was born as the king Chitravarman. Hara, the valiant destroyer of enemies, was born as Suvastu. The greatly illustrious Ahara, crusher of the enemy's side, became the renowned king Behlika. Nichandra, who had a moon-bright face, became the king Munjakeshin. Nikumbha, unconquered in battle, was born as the king Devadhipa. The Asura Sharabha became the royal sage Parva, and Shalbha was born as Prahlad of Behlika. Chandra, foremost among the sons of Diti and comparable to the Lord of the Stars, was born as the royal sage Rishika. The greatly illustrious Mritpa became the king of the western marshlands. Gavistha was born as the king Drimsena. The Asura Mayura became Vishwa, lord of the earth. The younger brother of the one known as Suparna was born as the king Kalakirti. Chandrahanta became the royal sage Shunka. The one called the destroyer of the moon was born as the royal sage Janki. The foremost Danva Dirghajiva, O descendant of Kuru, was born as the king of Kashi. The one born of Singhi as a planet, crusher of the moon and sun, was born as the king Kratha. Among the 4 sons of Anyusha, the illustrious Asura Vikshara was born as the king Vasumitra. The second among those sons was born as the renowned king of Pamsurashtra. The foremost Asura Balavira became the king of Pondramatsya. The great Asura, widely known as Vritra, was born as the royal sage Maniman. Krodhahanta's younger brother became the king Danda, and the one called Krodhavardhana was born as Dandhara. From the sons of Kalaka, there arose 8 lords of men, each with the valor of a tiger. The foremost among these 8 great Asuras of the Kaliya line was born as the illustrious king Jayatsena among the Magads. The second, comparable to Indra in glory, became the king Aprajita. The third, mighty armed, was born as the lord of the Nishadas, of fearsome valor. The fourth was born as the royal sage Shreneman. The fifth was born as the scorcher of foes known as Mahaujas. The sixth, a wise great asura, became the royal sage Abhiru. The seventh, Samudrasena, became a king renowned across the earth to the ocean's edge, knowing the truth of dharma and artha. The eighth of the Kaleyas, a scorcher of foes named Brihan, was born devoted to dharma and to the welfare of all beings. From the host known as Krodhavasha, a great multitude of brave lords of men were born on earth, O great king. Among them were Nandika, Karnaveshta, Siddharth, Kidka, Suvira, Subahu, Mahavir, and Behlika. Krodha, Vichitya, the illustrious Sursa, the king Nila, Viradhaman, and Bhumipala. Dantavaktra, Durjay, Rukmi, the tiger among kings, and King Janmejya, Ashadha, Vayuvega, Bhumi Tejas, Eklavya, Sumitra, Vardhana, and Gomukha. The Karusha kings, Kshemdhurti, Shrutayus, Udhava, and Brihatsena. Kshemagri Kuhara, the lord of men of the Kalingas, Matiman, and Ishvara. From the Krodhavasha host arose this great multitude of kings, of vast renown and mighty strength. Devaka, who shone with the radiance of the king of the gods, was born on earth as the foremost lord of the Gandharvas, a lord among men. Drona, son of Bharadwaja, was born as a portion of Brihaspati, the divine seer of vast renown. He was Ayonija, born outside the womb, of great brilliance, the foremost knower of all weapons among all bowmen. Those who know the Vedas recognize him as most excellent in the science of archery, a performer of Indra-like deeds, the glory of his own lineage. From the combined portions of Mahadev, Antaka, desire, and wrath, united together, a hero and scorcher of foes was born on this earth, Ashvatthama, of great valor and destroyer of the enemy's side. With lotus petal eyes, the 8 Vasus were born as sons of Shantanu through Ganga, by the curse of Vasishtha and the command of Indra. The youngest among them was Bhishma, who brought fearlessness to the Kurus, wise, learned in the Vedas, eloquent, the destroyer of the enemy's side. This greatly illustrious one, foremost among all the learned, fought in battle with Parshuram, the great souled son of Jamadgani. Kripa, the Brahmarshi born on earth, came from the host of the Rudras and was of surpassing manly power. The mighty chariot warrior Shakuni, widely known as a king, was born from Dwapara, the spirit of the age of strife. Satyaki, the truthful, upholder of the Vrishni clan, came from a portion of the Marut Devas, the storm gods. Drupad, the royal sage, foremost among all who bear weapons, was also born from that host, as was Kritvarman, whose deeds none could match, and the royal sage Virata, scorcher of rival kingdoms. The son of Arishta, widely known as Hamsa, was born as the chief of the Gandharvas, the one who glorified the Kuru lineage. Then there was Dhritarashtra, long-armed and greatly illustrious, the lord of men whose wisdom served as his sight, born through Krishna Dvipayana Vyas. Yet he was born blind, owing to his mother's fault and the sage's anger. Vidura, born in this world, was a blessed portion of Atri, best among those blessed with sons, and foremost of the wise. From a portion of Kali, the embodiment of the age of discord, was born King Duryodhan, of wicked mind and wicked counsel, the bringer of dishonor to the Kurus. Hated by all the world, basest of men, he brought all the earth to ruin. By him a great and consuming enmity was kindled, bringing destruction to all living beings. His 100 brothers, headed by Dushasana, cruel in their deeds, were born as descendants of Pulastya. Durmukha, Duhasaha, and the rest among Duryodhan's allies were all born from the Pulastya line. King Yudhishthir was a portion of Dharma himself. Bhimsena was a portion of the wind. Arjuna was a portion of Indra, king of the gods. Nakula and Sahadev were equal portions of the two Ashwins, unmatched in beauty on earth, captivating the hearts of all the worlds. The powerful son of Soma, named Suvaka, was born as Abhimanyu, son of Arjuna, of vast renown. The great chariot warrior Dhrishtadyumna was a portion of Agni. Shikhandi, who was both woman and man, was a Rakshasa. The five sons of Draupadi were portions of the Vishwadevas, the universal host of gods. Karna, the great chariot warrior who was born already wearing armor as part of his body, was an unsurpassed portion of Surya, the sun god. He who is called Narayana, the eternal god of gods. His portion among men was the powerful Vasudev, Krishna. The mighty Baladeva was a portion of Sheshathenaga, the great cosmic serpent. Pradyuman was Sanat Kumara, the eternal sage among the divine. Many other portions of celestial beings were born in the family of Vasudev, glorifying that lineage. By Indra's command, a portion of the Apsaras, celestial women, was also born on earth. Those 16,000 celestial women took birth in the world of men and became the household of Narayana. A portion of Shri, the goddess of beauty and fortune, was born on earth for the delight of the world. A blameless maiden who rose from the midst of the sacrificial altar in the family of Drupad, neither too short nor too tall, fragrant as the blue lotus, with wide long eyes like lotus petals, graceful of form, with long dark hair, perfect in every auspicious mark, radiant as the Vadurya gem. She stirred the hearts of five lordly men in the depths of their souls. The goddesses Siddhi and Dhriti, divine fulfillment and divine steadfastness, were born as the mothers of those five, Kunti and Madri. Mati, divine wisdom, was born as Gandhari, the daughter of Subala. Thus, the descent of portions of gods, asuras, Gandharvas, Apsaras, and Rakshasas into the human world has been told. The kings who arose on earth fierce and proud in battle, and the great souled ones born in the vast lineage of the Yadus. This account should be heard without envy, for it brings wealth, fame, progeny, long life, and victory. One who hears this account of the descent of portions of gods, Gandharvas, and Rakshasas, and who is wise enough to know both their arising and their passing away, does not sink under hardship. This chapter matters because a king asks to hear the true origins of all beings, and the narrator responds with a full account of how celestial portions descended into the human world. In the next chapter, the reign of King Dushanta, a questioner, having heard the account of the partial descents of Devas, Danavas, Rakshasas, Gandharvas, and Apsaras, asks a Brahman narrator for the lineage of the Kurus from its beginning. The journey continues in the next chapter.